Hey, I'm Ari, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most commonly used hooks in React, useState. Alright, let's dive into it. To get here, all I've done is type in npx create react app in my terminal. This actually sets you up with all the boilerplate code that you'll need to start. Then I've gone ahead and removed everything that we don't need, so you're just left with this really simple app component. We have a button with some text, and I've gone ahead and added a little bit of styling just to make this more readable. Back in our app.js, at the top I've added an array which contains a few different colors. You can add any 5 that you like. I've also added this random number variable to just generate a random number between 0 and 4. This currently has no functionality at all, but we are going to add in all the functionality that we need by adding the useState hook. To start the application, I've just run npm start in the terminal. And as you can see, the application is running in the browser, and right now, this button doesn't do anything. With React, we can just destructure out by adding these curly brackets here. And we want to import useState, which is just a single hook that we're going to be importing from React. A little disclaimer here, hooks can only be used inside of functional components. Right now, our app class is a functional component, so we can definitely use it here. But for example, if we had class app extends React component, we wouldn't be able to use hooks here. And that's because class components have their own way of managing and dealing with state. So to use the useState hook, all we need to do is just call it. It's just a function. And whatever we pass to it is just our default state. So let's say our button color is going to start out white. We can just pass that color into our useState. The useState hook is going to give us back an array, and we can just store it like this. But no one's going to write it like this. They're going to destructure it, and that's because the useState hook returns an array with 2 values in it. One being your state, so for example color, this is going to be the color we set the button background to. And the second being a function that allows us to update our state, which here we called setColor. You can call these whatever you want as long as you know that the first thing in the array is always going to be the current state, and the second is always going to be a function that allows you to update the current state. Okay, so let's add our background color as a style on our button. And in hindsight, I probably should have chosen a different color so we could see this, so let's change this to black instead. Perfect, so now all we need to do is set our button to change the color to a random color in our array list when clicked. Let's start off by adding an onClick event handler to our button, and this is just going to take in a function that we're going to call handleClick. Then we can go ahead and set up our handleClick function, and this function isn't going to take in any arguments. In the handleClick function, we can use our setter method on the useState hook we defined to change our button color. We can do this by passing our colors array at a random number into this function. This is going to use our setColor function to set a new color to our colors variable each time the button is clicked. Let's try it out! Awesome! I hope this explains useState. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.